Hey friends, thanks for the stream, thanks for downloading. Coming up next, the podcast. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. If this is your first week, welcome. You can find the entire back catalogue of Coming Up Next philosophical rambles at comingupnext.com.au. There's also links on there to Stitcher and to iTunes where you can subscribe to the show. You can also subscribe via Spotify, and the episodes go up at YouTube each and every week. That's under the Marx Brothers YouTube channel. There's plenty of ways that you can find to subscribe to the show. I wanted to thank my guest last week, Goran Stilevski, for coming on the show, speaking about his career to date, having made 25 short films, and he's got his latest short debuting at the Sydney Film Festival in the next week or so, I believe. If you're in Sydney, check out Sydney Film Festival. It's always a great time. No new guest this week. Coming up to 3 years of Coming Up Next running, and this week I have decided to take the week off from podcasting. I'm going to take a little break, a little podcast. I can't think of a word that's like break that starts with a P. So if you've got one, feel free to tweet it at CUN CUN podcast. I guess well, to be completely transparent, didn't have a guest lined up for this week, and currently working and travelling through America. Film that I made last year in London is at a festival playing at the Chinese Theatre in LA, and I guess when you kind of... There's an email. I guess when you... it's actually about a guest wanting to do the show. Well, there you go. I guess a serendipitous moment to share together. Anyway, the rambly point that I was going to make was about just kind of running out of hours in the day. And unfortunately, this week's CUN has fallen, well, not so much by the wayside, but... feels like a good time to just kind of take a moment to breathe and come back with a full head of steam as we approach the middle of July 2018, which means it will be 3 years of rambly goodness on a weekly basis. In the meantime, why don't you jump on the various social channels and tell me what your favorite episodes have been, how you've enjoyed the show's evolution over the last 3 years. I mean, it really has undergone quite a substantial change from where it began to where it is now. Is that something that you've enjoyed? Is it something that are there things that we used to talk about that you'd like to see reintroduced? Or are you pretty satisfied with the way it's gone? Are there new things that you think I should be talking about as we embark on year 4? You can hit me at CUN Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You can find it on Facebook at facebook.com/CUN Podcast. You can contact me via email, contact@themarxbrothers.com, or CUN Podcast coming up next at themarxbrothers.com. There's lots of different ways that you can get in touch, but for now I'm going to sign off. Congested nose in the New York, well, I guess, is it spring? I think it's technically summer now. As I move through another country, another time zone, and I look forward to bringing you the next installment of Coming Up Next on a Tuesday that will be determined in the next few weeks. Until then, I hope you find another rambly good time, and I'll speak to you soon.